Welcome back. We're joining, not being joined by, but we're joining James Topp as he's walking across the country. He's currently in Saskatchewan. And thank you again, James, for joining us today. You were explaining what happened to you and what compelled you to start this march. So you
right. And also I just like to point out we're not walking, we're marching. So the difference is that we march with a purpose here. And you walk to the store. I'm marching, and me and the people who are joining me were marching for a reason. So there's a difference.
Agreed.
But yeah, I had got to this point where I had needed to supplement my income. I had gotten a job with a towing company in Hope, BC, where I was living at the time. And, I just came to this. It was a realization I'd always had that, the Canadian public, the working people of this country are the ones who pay for the federal government. And then when I joined that workforce, and then seeing what happened in Ottawa with the protests there, and then seeing that group of protesters come together, that was an inspiration. But seeing them ignored and insulted, that was an outrage. And I got to this point where I realized that, there's something I have to do. I have to be a part of this. That inspired me. And I think I'm not exactly sure when the idea to march across the country actually came or happened. But sure enough, it happened. And here I am.
Wow. Your story is very inspiring. And I think, you touch upon a very good point that, many Canadians were either, visiting in Ottawa or watching on the news of what was happening with the Freedom Convoy in Ottawa. And it sort of came to an abrupt and very dramatic suspension or end, shall I say. And I know a lot of Canadians who were in support of the convoy, and of course there was a plethora who donated, and we could see through those numbers alone. They said, well, what's next? What now? And so to see you take up this march, and you're right, you are marching because you're marching with a purpose, I think is inspiring for many Canadians. And perhaps there's some of our viewers who hadn't heard of your marching yet. So this might be exciting for them to see this and actually watch live as you are marching.
Yeah.
And again, many Canadians wouldn't just say, okay, well, I'm going to do something. I'm going to march across the country. Like, that is very specific. Have you had experience doing like marathons or long, expansive walks? Like, what prepared you for this?
Well, I mean, my lifetime in the armed forces, like, I'm an infantry soldier, so I'd always been fit and ready to do this kind of thing. And you can just tell him, we'll ask him if he's okay being on camera. We got a trucker approaching me right now, actually. So, yeah, it was just,
like, what inspired you to say, you know what, this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I feel I'm going to make an impact. This is the way I'm going to make an impact.
Well, it was this guy right here. Like, just turn the camera over. So if it weren't for fellas like that doing what he does and everybody else who's out there, we wouldn't have what we have. Like, I mean, everything that we go to the store to get is brought to the store by one of these trucks. And it's not just those people. It's just, hang on a second.
It's okay. This is exciting because we're watching live as he's walking across the country.
That's me, yeah. Thank you.
Hi there. So this is someone who was part of a convoy, probably the Freedom Convoy.
I'm not sure, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that was my inspiration right there. Like, I joined the Canadian Army as a young guy, not really knowing why I joined. Just that I wanted excitement and I wanted experience and, mission accomplished. But later on in life, and I mean much later on, I realized that, I'm there to defend national security, and for what? For them, for folks that live free and productive lives.
Wow. Well, we're going to cut to a commercial break in just a few moments, and we'll pick it up because I think one of the interesting things about your journey, and you've wrote this on your website, is that you want to hear people's stories from ordinary Canadians and what they're feeling. And I think this has been an excellent experience, and we're going to talk about those stories in just a few moments.